All right, we are back with another draft of March of the Machine. Mom, got our pack one, pick one here. Our Legends card is fine. Not sure if I'd want to pack one, pick one, a dual color card. But I think that color pair will be all right. I don't think that Invasion of Theros is going to be very good in this set. And Tribute of the Worldry just seems just very clunky with that casting cost and really wanting to get down before you really play creatures. So we're probably looking at Zhalfirin Lancer, 3/3 for 3. Just 2 and a white, so easy to cast. And it can get +1/+1 and Vigi whenever a knight enters the battlefield. And it's pretty reasonable. There's also Preening Champion, 2 and a blue for Windrake, 2/2 flyer, but when it enters battlefield, you also get a 1/1 blue and red elemental creature token. I feel like this is one of the best commons in the set, and another, probably one of the best commons in the set, Deadly Derision. It's an instant speed, Grim Bounty, 2 black, destroy target creature planeswalker, make a treasure. I think it's probably Preening Champion, and then Zhalfirin Lancer, and then Deadly Derision. Part of that, I'm not convinced that black's going to be exceptionally strong. Like, it can probably do a more defensive, controlling type of strategy. And the rares and mythics are very strong in the color, but commons and uncommons don't feel like they match up quite as well against the other colors. So we'll try Preening Champion. So we have the opportunity to double up on Preening Champion, and we may potentially do that because it sets us up for really blue anything. It could be blue-red doing Convoke. Could be blue-white with kind of the night theme. Something, probably a theme. And then I think it's fine in blue-green and blue-black. That being said, I think Captive Weird is one of the top blue commons. I wouldn't necessarily say this overall it's one of the top uncommons, but I think it's probably of a comparable strength to Preening Champion. But it gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of coming down earlier. So you may be able to take some other cards at the 3/4 drop slot. And then you can transform this at some point. You don't have to have red. You can just do 3 and take 2 life. But transform it, you should get your card back because you can play it until the end of your next turn. I think it's probably Captive Weird just barely over Preening Champion. If neither one of these were here, it's probably Alabaster Host Intercessor, and then maybe like an Invasion of Golgotha or a Cosmic Thunder, but I'm willing to stay with blue and get a little bit of defensive speed here with the Captive Weird. Okay, so we have a black and black interaction spells. We have a card that I actually think is going to be pretty good. This gives off some scrapwork mutt vibes. Yeah, it's not going to attack as well, 1/3 versus a 2/1. 2/1 will generally trade, and it can block fine to trade as well, but this is probably going to get in the same types of blocking situations where you attack with the 2/2 and you just put this in front of it. But I like that you can draw and then discard. It's a little easier than doing a rummage there. Just smooth your draws, help you play more consistently. So I think I'm probably going Oracle over Merciless Repurposing. And over like Final Flourish, Cut Short. Yeah, staying on a single color. Okay, so we may not be able to continue. Well, actually, so I think Amodi has a chance to be very good in mini decks. We're happy to have any of these, get cast for free on the Cascade. If we'd gone with like a black card, maybe it's Ichor Drinker. If we'd gone with another Preening Champion instead of the Weird, like maybe it's Particle Knight and really lean into the Knights, but I'm happy to just take this Transcendent Message. We've made 2 creatures, creature little. This can be offense or defense, but we're willing to say we don't have to just rush out of the gates and not get to play a long game. I feel like it's probably taking this and saying we could end up in a ton of different types of decks, and this is going to be great for Convoke if we can have a heavy creature count. So I think we take the Transcendent Message. Okay, now I think we're at the point where we're going to take a non-blue card. I do think Tidal Terror is really reasonable. It's an island side card, just make sure you hit your land drops. And then it can be a clunky finisher later, but I think Harried Artisan is one of the top, I'm going to say 10 uncommons in the set. I'm fine with playing a 2-3 haste for 3. And when you may have like a battle to flip and just try and get in some damage. But really it's just being able to transform it the next turn, or potentially the same turn if you're playing this late. You know, it's 6 mana, or 7 if you have a white and you're not paying 2 life. Get a 3/4 flying haste. That feels pretty good. It comes down in a reasonable point in the curve. And we're just really taking this over. What, really just a Tidal Terror and like maybe a Quinde? Okay. Alright, I do think Vanquish of the Weak is going to have a part to play in this format because there are so many of these creatures like the Harried Artisan that are looking to transform, and you might better just pick it off, you know, in response to them paying their mana, and just, you know, probably 75+% of the creatures at any rarity, well, predominantly common and uncommon. I think the rares are 50 to 60%, are going to have power 3 or less. That being said, I think Shatter the Source is going to be deceptively good because again, you can Convoke it to maybe make this cast 3 or 4 at instant speed to deal 6 damage. It's going to kill pretty much any creature in the format. So yeah, I'm willing to take that. And a removal spell. Okay, and now I think we double down on Oracle, and we're getting a very consistent deck, you know. Some early cards that can stop the attacks, get some card advantage. Another Oracle. Yeah, okay. This is kind of tricky. I feel like this is a good sideboard card, but I don't want to main deck it. I think Modi is probably the strongest card in the pack, and it is splashable. I think I'm going to splash it over a Vanish of the Weak or an Unsealed the Necropolis in most decks. That being said, we do have Rin's Resolve, which can have some card draw. A lot of our stuff is cheap, with the exception of this Transcendent Message, but I think I like that over the Searing Barb. I just don't think this is going to play well in this format. 3 mana for 2 damage, and you're getting a little Incubate token. It's not the same as 3 mana for 2 damage getting a treasure, like we saw in AFR. And those creatures aren't terribly big here, but 2 damage isn't going to kill a lot of things you want to kill. So I'm going to try and go with the Rin's Resolve. Okay. Back to our first pack. Best card's probably the Scornblade Berserker, which we're not close to. I don't really want to play a Stasis Field, but it may be more playable than a Kite Sail, given we're probably going to have some flyers in these colors already. Though we can set up some defense and then just fly over, but this is something we can maybe do. I'm not looking forward to play it. I'm going to say we probably won't, but we'll see. Then I think Zephyrin Shapecraft will be good, particularly because we already have these 2 Oracles of Tragedy. We've got a 1/1 from the Preening Champion. We're not really doing the backup thing, and we wouldn't expect to do that in the blue side of things. Red, yeah, but not blue, so I don't think we're going to get to play this depth card. So yeah, we'll take a Zephyrin Strength. Okay, so this is encouraging. We get a 2-drop that we can flip at some point. And yeah, I think that will work for us. We'll wield a Shatter the Source. We'll take the gems here. Take the memes here. Ooh, double down on the memes. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have some good options here. You could convince me to take the Tetsuko. If we didn't have some good defensively minded 2-drops, this can kind of turn the corner and get some damage into like flip battles or just damage to the face, but I feel like it's probably Volcanic Spite, instant 3 damage to any non-player target. And you can maybe do the pseudo rummage, bottom of the library, draw a new card. It's probably Spite, then Tetsuko, and then maybe Order the Mirror for Dispersal, but I could see that being reversed. Regardless, I think we take the good interaction spell over the pretty good interaction spells. Okay. We do need some creatures. I could see Dreadship kind of haste out. It's maybe Dreadship over Cleansing. We don't mind doing Convoke in this deck, but we do need some more creatures. And Dreadship's a way to give us an Incubate token and a vehicle. Yeah, it might be Dreadship over the Charger or the Gremlin. Yeah, we'll give Dreadship a try. Okay, so I'm not convinced that Into the Fire is what this deck really wants to do. That being said, we do have a lot of 1/3s. This will flip to be bigger. That would die, but then they'd have to sack something. I don't think we want that, though. It's probably actually Meeting in the Mines over a Furnace Gremlin. We do need some creatures, but I think it's still probably Meeting in the Mines. You could convince me to get a Albatross Intercessor, but I think we'll take the card drop. Okay. There are some good cards in this pack. If we take an Intercessor last pick, we take that here. Interesting to see past, we're not close to that though. I think we take a Knight and we say, okay, I've got some Convoke cards. If I can get this to proc even once, are in great shape. We give that a try. Okay, so this is really good for us. We'll get another Preening Champion. This is 2 bodies for a lot of our Convokes, help with double spell. We'll take that over a Dispersal over a Prankster. Okay. Yeah, I think it's probably Rouse Reinforcements because of all the Convokes we have. It's a couple bodies, helps with double spelling, good with our Strobe-Knight, or Shatter the Sources. So take a Rouse Reinforcements. Okay, at this point, how many Knights do we have? I don't think we're going to have a density of Knights. 1, 2, 3. It's probably just going to be 3. Yeah, that's not going to do it for Protocol Knight. I don't think we're going to play anything else here, so I think we take it, but we'll just move it to the board. Okay, I could see the counter having some play if we were a little more like tempo-oriented, but I think we're a little more mid-range to controlling, given our like interaction and some of these types of cards. So I don't think we're on the counter necessarily. Unfortunately, I don't think that this is going to play well in the format. If we don't have any artifacts, we wouldn't really expect to have any artifacts. So it's either Mountain Cycler, which I think is probably the pick, given where our curve is, or Cryptomancer. We have some stuff worth protecting. Like, I wouldn't mind protecting the slipped Harried Artisan, or maybe the Knight, but for the most part, we don't have like a bomb on the creature side, so I think we just take the Mountain Cycler and be happy about it. Okay, now we get probably our first Dispersal over Order of the Mirror. I don't really want to play either one of these. I think I'm going to take the Moment of Truth, but I'm not going to play it. I'll put the Lookout in the board, take the gems. I could see a spot for this, but I don't think we're going to get there with our creature count. Okay. Okay, interesting. So do we have cards that we would target our creatures with? No, we don't want to heal or bounce our creatures. So I think it's probably just another Transcendent Message, and we just need to find some Rouse Reinforcements or some creatures. Okay, so here it's either Surveyor or Eyes of Gitaxias, or like maybe the Terror. I don't mind getting a Surveyor in case we find like a nice splash. It is a creature. Though Eyes of Gitaxias is sort of a creature as well. I'll take that to try and help us hit land drops though. Alright, now we're at Eyes versus Order versus maybe a Branch Burner. I don't think we have the creatures to play that though. We need to be a little more defensive, so I think this is on the more offensive side. So we'll take an Eyes. Okay, and now I think we'll take a Tetsuko. We could splash this Halo Forger actually. We have tons of things. Let's take that and see what comes. Okay, I think we can take Aegar the Freezing Flame. I don't think it's going to be nearly as good as it was in a set that had Giants supported, but it may be able to do something. We weren't going to take that. I don't think we can take a third Shatter the Source given our creature count. You could tell me that a Prankster is fine, but I'll go with that 3-drop. Okay, we'll get another Dispersal. Yeah, I think we take the land here, and we see if we can splash this Halo Forger. I think I like that. Another Eyes. Okay. I think these are kind of whatever. Okay, so we're at 28 with a land. Given our removal, I don't think that we need to do Stasis Field. I'm not sure that we have enough creatures to do Shapecraft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe, but I'm still probably going to say no. Okay. All right, 3 more cuts. I think we can get by with Caves, Swamp, and Surveyor to play this Forager. So I think that stays in. It's a flyer, goes with some of these. Maybe it would like cast it for 5 and play another like Spite. For 6, play a Dispersal. It's actually not great though, because we're really looking to convoke a lot of stuff out. Yeah, I don't think we're actually going to play it. Okay. So we're down to 25. I think we have uses for mana. Yeah, we've got some convoke stuff, but we want to try and hit land drop, especially if we're going to like, draw some cards. Given that we have 2 eyes, I don't think we're going to play this Meeting the Minds. We have Transcendent Message. And we might not play this Ren's Resolve either, because that doesn't work well with... Yeah, so that's the question. Do we want 2 Transcendent Messages? I think if you cast 1, you're in good shape. It may be tough to cast a second. But I do want to find it. See, I think we take out Ren's Resolve, Meeting in the Minds, and we say, okay, removal, removal, removal. Pseudo removal, really good card draw. And we have like 2-for-1, card selection, 2-for-1 usually. 2 smaller bodies you can use for Convoke. Good defensive speed, maybe sneak through some damage. And then 2-for-1, 2-for-1, evasion. 2-for-1, hopefully a 2 or 3-for-1. I think we're still 1 Surveyor to get land, but I could actually see not playing the Surveyor now, but it is a 2-for-1 that helps us get up mana to do these messages and flip cards, so we probably still keep it. Yeah, I think this is the deck. So yeah, it's a fun draft. In terms of like absolute bombs, I wouldn't say we saw any. I think message can be good if you can, just have a good board presence and have your interaction up so that you're, staying at least parity, hopefully, and this can pull you ahead. That I wouldn't say that's a bomb. That's a B, maybe B+ level card, and this deck maybe. Because yeah, if you cast this for like end of turn, they haven't had good attacks, because the defenses you set up hopefully, and you like tap 4 creatures and 6 mana and draw 6 cards. That feels good. Yeah, I think this is where we would go. If this were best of 3, we could definitely look to potentially side in. Maybe these, if it's like a very aggro deck, we could bring in the Disturbing Conversions. If it's a little more aggro, we might take out one of these messages. Yeah, I think I like this though. Anyway, thanks for checking out the draft. Hopefully this gives you a sense of maybe how to think through drafting blue-red. Can be a little more tempo focused or can be a little more controlling. We ended up with a more controlling build based on the high power rares and interaction we were seeing. And we're just trying to outvalue people with a lot of 2-for-1s and timely interaction. So yeah, thanks so much. If you would have done anything differently, just feel free to comment and let me know. Otherwise, have a good one.